Hello and welcome to our latest breaking news. Mamelodi Sundowns have just lost 3-2 against TS Galaxy in their final Betway Premiership match. These results have really hampered their chances of retaining the Betway Premiership. As things stand, Mamelodi Sundowns are leading the log with 3 points, with 68 points ahead of second placed Orlando Pirates, who are on 65 points. However, Orlando Pirates still have 2 games to play against Durban City this coming Saturday and the other one next week against Orbit College. Should they win any of those 2 matches, they would have won the league automatically because they are leading Mamelodi Sundowns on goal difference. What's really surprising is that before the game, we thought that Mamelodi Sundowns will win this game with a high margin, probably a 5-goal margin, something like that. However, it seemed like TS Galaxy are really their hoodoo team because it seems like they can't get a win against TS Galaxy, especially when they are playing at Mbombela. And the other thing that's surprising is that TS Galaxy were on a 13-game winless streak. However, they managed to break it at the expense of the current champions, Mamelodi Sundowns. And people have been saying that Bernard Parker got his revenge from Mamelodi Sundowns. Remember, they broke his leg and they showed no remorse when Bongani Zungu almost ended his career by breaking his leg. And also, it's Mamelodi Sundowns who took the league from Kaizer Chiefs on the last day of the league after Kaizer Chiefs stayed on top of the league for almost the whole season. And Mamelodi Sundowns won it in the last 20 minutes. So yeah, that broke their hearts. And now it was Parker's time to break Mamelodi Sundowns' hearts. And head coach Miguel Cardoso has identified the factors that he believed hampered the team's title defense. Here's what Miguel Cardoso said. It was the calendar that beat us because we made 11 victories in a row since January. And after we played Esperance, we drew twice and we lost today. So it's important for fans to look with honesty for the work of the boys. They can criticize the coach. It's not a problem for me. I have big shoulders. So do you think it's true that Mamelodi Sundowns were affected by a calendar, since we know that they've been playing so many games in a very short period of time? However, remember, FIFA said that every team should release players, I think on the 26th of May. So even if PSL tried to postpone these games, where would they find the dates to play those games before the 28th of May? Because that's just in 2 weeks' time. And Mamelodi Sundowns have 2 big fixtures against AS FAR for the CAF Champions League this coming weekend and the other weekend. And after that, we can't play any games because teams have to release players to go and play the World Cup. So Miguel Cardoso continued to say, I know the fans will be on our side on weekend. That's what we need, for them to be on our side. These boys have been working all season very hard. We lost 2 times on penalties on 2 cups. We lost on the Nedbank Cup in a match that we had to change players. Otherwise, we would not be probably in the final of the Champions League. So it's hard, very hard for them. I completely understand, but look at the big picture. Let's make proper analysis when we finish everything. So yeah, Kadoso says that let's look at the big picture when they finish the Champions League. And also, what do you think of this statement by Miguel Cardoso? He says, Magesi take us somewhere in the country where the pitch is small, Sisheho Stadium, but Pirates then invite them in a nice pitch to play football. So do you think that teams are sabotaging Mamelodi Sundowns? Let me hear your thoughts regarding that. Mamelodi Sundowns have not won a single trophy this season. So far they are trophyless. For the first time in I don't know how many years. They've even been trophyless for over 10 years. They could be trophyless. And should they be trophyless, what do you think will be the consequences of the coach? Here's a statement from Mamelodi Sundowns chairman Trophyless. He says the team can be proud of their season as they look ahead to the CAF Champions League final. We would have hoped to end our last game on a victory and make sure that they had something to celebrate with. But now it's up to us to look forward and try our best to bring the energy and to bring joy next week when we play in the final for the Champions League. We can be proud and say we did our best. We did our job. Now we have to focus on the next important hurdle that awaits us next week. Those are the words of Chairman Trophyless. Do you think that Orlando Pirates will be able to win those 2 remaining games, or either of those games to win the league? And also, do you think that Mamelodi Sundowns will redeem their season by winning the CAF Champions League? Let me hear your thoughts down below regarding that. And another thing, people have been criticizing Ronwen Williams. He has conceded 7 goals in the last 2 games, 4 against Siwelele when they played 7-4, and then now he has conceded 3 when they lost 3-2. So people are saying that it seems like Ronwen Williams is no longer the same player he was because he's conceding a lot. So do you think that's true? Let me hear your thoughts regarding that. And people are saying that it's going to cost us in the upcoming World Cup. Do you think that's true? Or maybe it's just fatigue? Let me hear your thoughts. That's the end of the news for today. See you next time.